Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Matt Bell, Police Public Relations Specialist here at the Danville Police Department, here with Chief Chris Wiles. And Chief, we are really excited about the news that you have to share with us today. So tell us a little bit about what's to come.
Yep. So of course, as everybody hopefully is aware, the city just had recently had a new branding launch, which is the city kind of rebrands every maybe 5 to 7 to 8 years. But also along with that, the city also updated our city seal,
right.
which had been the same city seal been in place since the 1950s, and that seal had not been updated. Of course, there's been a lot of tremendous changes in our community. And so it was time to update our seal as well. And of course, as everybody is also familiar with, the city seal is a core component of the Danville Police Department patch. And of course, our patch is really kind of the emblem our public emblem of the department. It's on our vehicles, it's obviously on our uniforms, it's on a lot of our media releases and all of the things that our publications and things of that nature. So we're very proud of that patch. And so when it came time to change that city seal, obviously for us, we really felt that was very important because it's such a fundamental element of our patch, of really our brand, which will really transcend the current city brand that they have. This seal will be in place for decades to come.
Sure.
It was really of a lot of interest to the police department. So sat down very early on with city manager and the team with economic development that was leading the branding effort, and really had a lot of good input. And we got a sneak peek at the city seal and the colors of that. And so we were excited about the potential, and we kind of made a couple of decisions early on. A couple of those were we wanted to keep the shape of our patch, which we think is unique. We also wanted to keep the red border of our patch with the back blacking, which is also a unique feature. There's a couple other departments around from time to time we'll see that have that incorporate red, but it's kind of a distinct element from our patch. It really distinguishes it from a lot of other patches in the police department. Plus, we have the red as a secondary color, like our years of service stripes on our sleeves of our long sleeve shirts, or our honor guard or red stripe on the trouser. And so we made that decision. We wanted to keep the shape, and we wanted to keep the basic color and incorporate red into that. And we also had to consider, that patch is so widely distributed on so many other things.
It is.
The more we kept it kind of in sync with the former design, felt the transition would go well. So sat down, worked with that fantastic team, and came up with a couple of initial ideas. And what actually kind of started down the road that leads us to today, when we show you what our new patch looks like, is that we saw a representation of the city seal for lapel pin. And it was in gold. And so one of the things we thought is that, hey, what about if instead of using the colors of the seal, the true colors of the seal, why don't we maybe do it in like a metallic and make it look like actually a metal type seal? And so went back and forth on that. Of course, our current patch, if you want to show it,
Sure.
of course, it's on my collar there too, has the city seal, the red trim, and then red and police. And so we wanted to know, well, we wanted to keep the shape, wanted to keep the background, wanted to keep the red trim. Do we keep the police in red? Do we change that into to the metallic thread? And so went back and forth and settled on a couple of options, contacted our patch manufacturer and had several proofs made. And all of those we had done in gold. And because it was stemming from that gold lapel pin, right?
Right.
And so we happened to we were out of town, myself and the deputy chief, were out of town at the chief's conference, and we saw another agency that had their patch that had actually metallic silver.
Okay.
And so that really said, you know what, we didn't even think about what it would look like in a metallic silver instead of the gold. And so we had another contacted a patch manufacturer. They produced us samples in silver as well. Really the differences were the seal would be in silver and the police in silver, and then a version with, of course, the seal in silver and the police in red. And so we produced those. We had it in gold and red and those 4 different versions, put it out to our personnel and got feedback, and the overwhelming feedback was the silver seal and the silver police and that silver metallic. So that's what we're going with. It really looks good, really pops. The badge that we have, our officers and corporals, that badge is silver. The accoutrements, the buttons and snaps are silver as well. Sergeants and above, their accoutrements and badges are gold. We are going to use the gold option, the all gold option, on our Class A blouse and on our Class A shirt for sergeants and above. But for everybody, for regular wear, we're going with the all silver police and all silver and the city seal. And so it was pretty interesting. It is, if folks aren't familiar, with some of our historic patches and how far the patches go back, that shape and that red border goes back quite some time, again into the 50s when it was originally designed. And this is a collection of 4 different versions of the patch over time. You can see first patch was very large. They scaled it down a little bit and all the way down to what the current patch was. So really over the last almost 70 plus years, the patch has changed very little other than the background color and the yellow patch, which our adult detention division actually still has a patch that is very similar. They maintained that through with the yellow background. Of course, there says adult detention. So we also wanted to update adult detention. We did the same process with them, the same shape. And really the only difference is for them, instead of saying police across the top, it says adult detention. And we did the same thing with them, had different versions made. And their choice was also, just like the police department, was the silver adult detention with the silver seal. So we produced that, and it's one thing to see it printed.
Sure.
It's another thing to see it actually in fabric, particularly with that metallic thread. And it won't represent as well, on video as you will. So when you see it in person, it looks even better. But we also too believe, since so much of our patch is a part of our image, our public image, and a lot of our patches are actually printed, right, like on the sides of our vehicles and not metallic. We'll be using like a silver color to represent that. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. So we want to unveil you and let you see our new patch with the new city seal on it. And then we also, as we break from this, we have one of our new patrol vehicles marked up with the new city seal incorporated into our patch, and also the new font as well that's within the city branding. It's very similar, unlike the last time we changed our graphics package on our vehicles. They went from the all white with blue and black lettering to the black and white version with the white panel doors and the police and the patch on the side. And so we're going to continue that, the black and white packaging, but the patch itself will change and the font will change slightly and a little bit more modern and updated. But by and large, if you set the two side by side, you can tell the difference. If you saw them going down the road, it would be hard pressed to tell the difference between them. But really excited about that new font package, about the new patch. We've got the patches ordered. It'll take some time, obviously, to get those manufactured.
Sure. And
we'll take even more time to obviously have the patches transitioned out. And we've already started. You started with our branding as far as like our patch and badge combination that you often see on some of our, like on our social media and things of that nature. So after today, you'll start to see us transition into to that new patch design. So I guess without further ado, we want to give folks a look at it.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at it.
All right, take a look at it. All right, there it is. So the new patch with silver metallic thread and the punch out of the city seal. And it's one thing we did, a slight modification we did, is to kind of help that silver pop out. As you'll notice, we did incorporate a small red border around the city seal, and that really gave it a nice pop, a nice bit of color, since our current seal obviously is a multicolored thread, And although the colors of the official city seal and its official colors didn't really jive with the red and with the black background, so that's why we decided to go with the metallic and the punch out, which was really just metallic. It didn't have any colors on it, but that little trim of red, as we were working through the designs, somebody had the idea, hey, let's put a little trim of red on there. And as soon as we put that piece in, it was like, that's it. And so pretty excited about this. Again, the patch is a very important part and identifies, obviously, our police officers, identifies our community, which is also what's really cool about the seal there. You know, it has the river, the bridge, and of course our city and the sun behind it. You know, the sun rising or setting, either way. Yeah. I would say it's rising, right? All of the wonderful things that are happening in our community. Either way, the city seal really tickled with the way this turned out, and excited to introduce it to our community, and look forward to getting it on our uniforms and seeing it out and about.
Absolutely, Chief. It looks fantastic. Cannot wait to see it on everything that we have, and I know the community will definitely be excited about it too. And so we're just so appreciative of everybody's work to bring this together, to give it a brand new look, something completely different from what we've had. And so we're just really excited about it, and thankful for everybody's help that was able to put this together.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, and certainly a shout out to the city management team,
Absolutely.
Laura Ashworth with the
Office
of Economic Development. Yes, sorry. Worked very closely with us, understood city manager, Amanda Paez with the city manager's office. They understood the impact and how important it was for us, the police department, to be involved in redesigning that patch, since it is such a an important thing and an identifying emblem of our department and of our community. So really appreciative of that team effort and that cooperative effort, and certainly the company that helped designing package. They also come up with, actually they had the punch out design. They're the ones that came up with that. And so really it was a collaborative effort, involved effort, and we're really excited with the outcome.
Absolutely. Well, Chief, thank you for taking time to share with us the new patch. We're absolutely excited about it. Can't wait to see it, like I said, and we hope you will see it soon.
All right, and stay tuned, because we're going to go out here in front of the police department and unveil our newest smart patrol unit with the new patch and font on it. So looking forward to that.
All right.
All right. All right, here you go. Brand new marked patrol vehicle, brand new police pursuit Tahoe. Has our new patch on it, and also has a new font. As you can tell, obviously it's very similar to the font, rather to the design that we had formerly. Of course, it has to have the new patch on it. And we work closely with Power Signs, who's been a long-time partner in our graphics design of our vehicles. And so came up with the patch for the vehicle, actually used a metallic vinyl for the police and the seal. And then it's hard to tell here in the daylight, but actually this black background on the patch and also on the police is reflective. So at night, when light hits off that, it really pops and stands out really well with the lighted effect there. So yeah, this is our new police vehicle. One of the things you'll see, of course, we'll start transitioning our current vehicles. We're not going to replace the entire package on them for cost savings, but we will just replace the patch on those. That's a pretty straightforward upgrade. But you're going to start seeing a whole lot more of these vehicles, as we have back almost 2 years ago. City Council approved for us a take-home vehicle program to purchase 15 vehicles. It took us almost 18 months to get those vehicles in from GM, coming off of COVID and all of the backlogs from that. So we finally got those vehicles in, have gone through the upfit process, and let's take a look at you. If you come down to the police department, you've seen that line of trucks, brand new trucks up in the upper end of our parking lot. Very soon those are going to be going into service, and they're going to be issued to officers who live in the city, police officers, patrol officer levels, and they'll be able to drive those vehicles home, park them, and so you have greater visibility. Certainly from a recruitment and retention aspect of it, having the ability to have a take-home vehicle is an incentive, and we certainly expect, when you have something that's yours and issued to you, people have a tendency to take better care of that, And so we certainly expect the life expectancy of these vehicles to be considerably longer when you have vehicles that are actually take-home vehicles and issued. And officers can take pride in having a take-home vehicle. So, yep, this is it. Really excited about it. So you'll start seeing a lot more of these in the coming weeks.